Today on Gamer's Couch,
5 tribes, the artisans of Naqala.
Hello.
Welcome back to the different couch.
It's our second gamer.
It's the B couch.
It's the B couch. Yeah, we're trying something new today because of video lighting editing issues with white background. So let's hope that...
Let's try it with a gaming background.
Yes.
Which would be appropriate, but that actually makes us look like sitting on everybody's couch on the YouTube internets anyway.
Yeah.
But we don't care now because we hope that it is for your enjoyment of vivid colors and less overexposure.
Yes.
Well, not overexposure of us, but of the colors. Obviously.
We'll see. Wish us luck. So today on the couch we will talk about the 5 Tribes expansion. And we go about it just like every week. We talk about rules and gameplay first. That's Daniel's part to explain. By the way, if you're new to the channel or the series, this is my hobby. Daniel, like I said. And I'm Sarah, the artist behind Pinselgeschichten and owner of this channel. And once we're done with giving you an overview how this expansion plays, we talk about what we liked or not liked, and then tell you a bit about funny stories and experiences, if we have some. And we'll probably have some. So, let's get started. Tell us all about rules and gameplay.
Sure. So the Artisans of Naqala is, well, obviously just an expansion, so I won't go over the rules of 5 tribes. I hope you're familiar with that.
If you want to know, click on the iCard. There's the Gamer's Couch for 5 tribes.
You heard her. Now, if you haven't seen that, go see that, come back, and now see me talk about the rules of the expansion. Now. So one of the major difference, or one of the first things you will find with this expansion is that it introduces a couple of new tiles. Actually, the expansion expands the game board. So instead of a 5x6 grid, you now have a 6x6 grid. By starting first actually by laying out tiles in a 4x4 grid using those new tiles and 10 of the existing tiles from the base game, and then putting tiles around them. So that would ensure that these new tiles are always kind of in the center, which makes sense specifically for one specific kind of tile, which we'll go into. One of the interesting parts about this expansion is that it introduces a mechanic that prevents you from moving through certain tiles or moving through certain sides of tiles by having borders on there. The most notorious of this is this chasm, which is pretty much like a hole in the board for you. You're not allowed to put anything on it. You're not allowed to move through it. It's just there to annoy you. And some of the tiles, the artisans tile or smithies or whatever they are called, have these little, it's probably really difficult to see. They have these borders here on these 2 sides, and these will receive these mountain wood pieces that just go on here and essentially prevent you to move through that side. It's almost like a wall that blocks off 2 sides of this board, which now makes sense why these would be in the center, because if that's at a corner point, there's not much of a point of having a wall in there. Other things that come with the new tiles, obviously there's a new action on here, which I will explain once we get to the new purple, the 6th tribe of the artisans, purple meeples. But there's also a new type of market on here called a specialized market that is similar to the other 2 markets, but instead of just picking 1 card out of the first 3 or 2 out of the 6, you can pay 4 coins here to pick any card out of 9. So that essentially grants you a card out of whatever is out this round, especially if you're the first one to do that. So these are the new tiles here. Another thing that is new and will add on to your options are these little tents. basically, a tent acts like a camel, as in the old game. So you actually have one more camel, so to speak, if you're playing with the expansion, which obviously makes sense because you're playing with a bigger board, so you want to be able to put more things down. The cool thing about this is you can decide when to put it down instead of placing a camel or a regular camel, and it will score you additional victory points depending on how many red tiles you have around you. So if you remember, these little numbers up here have blue or red as a color, and these are similar to the blue tribe, which gives you money based on the amount of blue tiles where you picked them up. This is at the end of the game, you count the amount of red tiles around it, and then you get points for that. Another thing that comes in here, and that is kind of one of the major aspects of this expansion, is the Artisans themselves, which is a new tribe with these purple-colored meeples, which allow you to craft, stuff. Now, if you start the game, you actually shuffle these piles of, crafting items, jewels, whatever, treasures, however you want to call them. Whenever you pick up these guys, you are allowed to pick as many of these tokens as you have picked up artisans, and then choose one of those to do. So the backside is always the same, just to give you the suspense, and the front side are actually different things. The most simple variant are these tokens here, which are just worth additional victory points at the end of the game. They are 5 points, you have 7 points, and I'm pretty sure there's a 9 points somewhere. I don't have it on hand. But you also have different things like action tokens that you can play to get additional benefits, which allows you to move meeples further, to assassinate more meeples in a single round than you actually would be able to. Some let you change the position of the tiles in your hand to the floor. No, it's actually let you change the position of your camera. So it's like a one-off event that you can fire. And you may only play one of those tiles per turn in your turn, which actually gives you a chance to think about more stuff than you already have to think about in this game, as to when do you want to play that tile, when it is mostly beneficial to, for example, play this kill 2 meeples thing, which would allow you to kill 2 meeples from another player or from the board. So if you're really good with a really good setup, you may actually take 3 tiles with this in one single turn by clearing a field with the red tribe, killing some other meeple on an empty space, or a space where just one guy is on there, and then using this to kill another 2 somewhere, or maybe kill 2 from another player if they're getting too far ahead with the yellow tribe. And you want to show them who's boss around there. Another thing that comes in this is, I guess, no surprise at all. You will find 2 new gins in here, and reworked versions of 2 existing gins, making them, I think, more balanced. I actually haven't looked too far into the difference between those. We just went ahead and played with the new ones. And obviously, these also refer those new action tiles that are available now here with our treasures and our purple tribe. Another thing that is important for the purple tribe is you keep them after you pick them up. So you're getting one of these things when you pick them up, but you keep those guys, and whenever you activate one of those new tiles here that show the workshop, the Artisans workshop, you can trade one of those in, or 2 slaves, or whatever they're called now, to get 1 additional token. So you may keep them, or you may spend them to get more tokens. If you decide to keep them, they're worth 2 points at the end of the game, and if you happen to be the one who has the most purple guys, you get 3 points per meeple for them. So another choice to be made, actually quite long term there. Do you want to spend them and in hopes to get high value, crafting treasures, however they're called, or do you want to try to get some action tokens here that may allow you to do some awesome combo to, take control of almost half the field? It's a very valid and mind-wrenching choice you have to do there, what to bring you forward. All of this comes with a new handy, obviously German reference sheet, which won't help you at all, but now you know that Artisans is Kunstschmiede.
And there's your German lesson of the day.
Yeah. If you want the literal translation, it's artsmith, which probably isn't too bad, actually. It might get the point across. So each player gets one of these, so you know what you're doing here. You also get a new updated scoring block that accounts for all those new things that you have to do, like count the purple dudes, count point values from your crafted stuff, and roll with that. And I think, let me check this incredibly, and now I'm actually thinking of showing this in the rules and things by just holding it up. This incredibly complex manual that is, you could call it 2 pages, but it is in fact just 1 page folded. So yeah, I think I covered everything. And that is, as you might have guessed, the expansion for 5 tribes.
Yay! I'm very proud of you that you remembered the rule book. Maybe we should have moved to the second Gamer's Couch way earlier.
You mean Couch B is beneficial for my brain? It's the brain couch?
It's the brain couch instead of the asshole couch. I don't know. Couch A? No? What's A stand for?
Please
then?
Continue on with telling the people what you liked and disliked. I know already what you disliked, but that's probably not the part for this section, but for the next one.
Yes. So, yeah. First of all, if you... I feel like we're on Couch A again. This one is smaller, so we're actually sitting even closer together. I'm not sure if I like that.
We try not to, but it's really difficult to avoid.
Anyway, about the game. So what I liked a lot was this expansion really feels like a 5 Tribes expansion. So they made it part of the base game. If you happen to play this game for the first time with the expansion and not having played the base game first, like standalone, you don't even know that there's an expansion in there, which I like a lot. I like when things just are tied together neatly in a lovely bow. So the feel and the flow is exactly the same like it is with the base game, which again, I always like when expansions come out that they don't interrupt or change the experience of the base game so much that you don't even recognize the game anymore. So well done there. As with the base game, the components and the art style is lovely. The components are sturdy. I really like the choice of color that they made for the wooden pieces of the players. It's usually you get the red, green, blue, and yellow, but with this game you don't. You get the fancy colors, which I adore. And one of the major things I really liked with this expansions was the idea of the tents. I would even go so far that I liked it more than the idea of the purple meeples. But I do like the tokens of the purple meeples, that tension that he was talking about, what you're gonna draw. By the way, oh God, my brain is just going somewhere. It's not in the room. I don't know if you said that you choose from the tokens that you draw. Okay.
So
I like that idea.
Just to clarify, if you pick up 3 of the purple tribe as your last action, you get to draw 3 of these tokens, but have to select 1 which you want to keep. So the more artisans you pick up, the higher your chance to grab something good.
Yeah. So I really like that idea about the drawing mechanisms. The purple meeples standalone, like without the tokens. Yeah, it's nice, but nothing fancy. I do like the drawing mechanism of the tokens, that you just don't grab a tile from the bag and you have to take it, but you have some way of choosing there if you pick up more than one meeple. I also like the new gins. I do, however, prefer the reworked gins. There was one that prevents you from having your white and yellow meeples butchered, and I think that's one of the ones that they reworked, and I really like those. Yeah. There's nothing really that I dislike. It's an expansion, so it has one major new mechanism or technique there, nothing more. It's really just what you would traditionally think what an expansion is. It's not a new game. It's not a different kind of a part of a game like it is with others like Andor or whatever, where you get a whole new set. But it's just a very solid expansion. It's a small one, but it's lovely, and I think the base game benefits from it. So yeah, we just combined the two in the major box, and yeah, it's just one game now.
I would totally agree. I think this expansion is everything I would want an expansion to be, because it actually delivers all of the different types of expansions that you usually see for a game. You have more of the same but slightly different, as with you have more gins. I think it's a little bit unfortunate that it's just 2 more gins in there, but I can live with that.
Well, we got a promo gin.
You have something entirely new, in this case, the Artisan tribe that just comes in and gives you a new type of action, and I would count those new tiles with the Artisan Workshop as part of that as well, which is a bit more risky because you don't know what you'll get out of those tokens, but still is in the realm of being strategic enough to actually consider what do you want to do on your turn. Do you want to go for that? Do you want to pick up a lot of artisans to get a good choice, or do you want to pick up artisans more often to get more of those tiles, or do you want to pick up more at once and then later sell them kind of back to the workshop to get more tiles that way? Which makes it, I think, really, really cool. I also like that this is a new thing where you can sync in your the slave cards that you might have picked up. It's just another option to make them useful and make them more interesting. Another thing, the thing I like about actually this expansion most is something that is restrictive. It's the mountains and this new chasm tile, which kind of, I don't want to say it speeds up the game, but it limits what you can do on the board in certain ways. You still sit there and agonize over what are you going to do. But I like those things that kind of limit the possibilities, and you have to deal with that. And that is kind of the third type of thing in this expansion. I would have been totally fine if those mountains actually would have been in the base game as an optional variant rule that you can just place with a random selection onto the board and have it that way in some form. But there's not too many of those to really kind of keep you from doing certain things. Although I have to say, when we played there were a couple of times where I was thinking, crap, I can't go there because that stupid mountain, so I have to go the other way around. And also, this just makes the base game a little bit longer. You have more camels, or one more tent in this thing, which doesn't sound like much, but you also have a bigger board to play with. It's just more 5 tribes. And as I said initially, for me, this is pretty much hits on every point that I would like, or that I can think an expansion can hit. to be a successful expansion, and it does that for all of them. So, I mean, where other games would have put or tried to combine that into two different expansions, one for here's some new tiles or here's the gin expansion. I think it's a very good mix that they put into this box, and I would say let's do the thumb thing before I say what I say.
1, 2, 3. Thumbs up.
I would say if you like 5 Tribes, I fully recommend picking this up.
Yes.
And especially if you want to play a little bit of longer games. I'm also almost certain you could maybe use some of the things in here and just mix it in partially, although
the gins maybe.
But the gins refer to the new tiles, so not really, but maybe you could use the mountains if you find a house ruled way to place them without having the predefined spots to put them on, or maybe
just replace
the chasm with one of the other tiles in the game, or something like that, if you don't want to have that longer game,
but just something added
with more tiles. Obviously this won't change 5 Tribes, so if you're not really a fan of 5 Tribes, or this won't change your opinion.
No. Again, it's an expansion. It doesn't break or change the base game so much that you don't recognize it anymore. It's pretty much the same mechanic, the same way to play, just a little tweak here and there.
There are games out there that have expansions that change the game considerably.
Yeah.
This is not that.
Not it.
It makes things interesting, which I think is perfect.
And it adds a lovely color. I mean, purple. Come on, guys.
It's all little Sam Jacksons that go in there without lightsabers.
This is how you do it.
This is how... No, copyright.
No copyright, please. So let's hop into the last section, funny stories, experiences. And you can tell.
And now tell me your dislike of this expansion.
It's not the expansion's fault.
Yeah, true. I have to say, this is one of the few games where I'm really, really bad at judging where everybody is point-wise while the game is going on.
And that's actually one thing I find interesting, because
it is, but
it's never boring during gameplay, but it could lead to some irritation at the table if you think you're so far behind and then you're winning.
And I find that I've also found it interesting. So one of the tactics that work out quite well with the base game is to get a lot of the yellow guys, especially if you're playing with 4 players, because that bonus points at the end of the game,
add up.
They add up. We played this with 3, and you tried to go for that. You actually were successful with that strategy and had the first spot on that, and still you lost, but you lost actually quite a lot. So I was surprised that
5 points is not a lot, but
in comparison to the first place.
In comparison to the first place, it was 5 points. 149.
Wait, wasn't I second?
149, and no, you had 140. I think the pointies are in there.
To check.
And 154, right?
We need to fact check. You had...
See, 149 for me, Tina was 152, and you had 143.
Isn't that an 8?
No, it's not. I can read my own writing.
Well,
but it was really close. But during the last third of the game, I was yelled at because, well, first of all, guys, this is not a cooperative game. I don't have to play nice. I have to play to win. If I want to win. No,
the thing where people got annoyed was where there was 5 minutes. Okay, what am I going to do? I could do this and this and this. And instead of saving us all 5 minutes of pointlessness and saying this doesn't work because this.
I was yelled at after. because I took...
people were frustrated because you had a gin and you waited until the point where... And then I'm going to kill you guys. Oh, by the way, I have this shit. Well, you could have told me that earlier.
Well, first of all, it's on the table. You can see it. And second of all, I was yelled at because I took the yellow... meeple and therefore got first place, and then it was like, yeah, now I'm gonna lose horribly. No, you're gonna win, because you never know what your points will tally up to. That's the cool thing about the game. Yeah, you have a feeling, and you're so off.
Gamer rage was high.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. But anyway, it was fun to play. So yeah. Funny? Oh, you were really good with the getting a couple of tiles in a row. You were really lucky with those tokens that allowed you to kill other...
I really wanted to... Well, it's the expansion, so I was curious and went for as many artisans as I could get, and then use those tiles. Actually, I wasn't so much after the point tiles. I was after the action tiles to just see how they work, or how I could integrate them into getting more points. At the end of the game, I actually had, I think, the 2 9-point tiles, or was it just 1 9-point tile? I don't
you
remember.
Were pretty high with those tiles.
I had a good amount of points through tiles, but I also had some good luck with the action tiles.
Yeah, and I think they helped you more than just the victory point tiles there.
Yeah, I think so too. The other thing I might have tried or would try in another game is how much of a difference it makes just to keep getting those purple guys and keeping them.
Yeah, I kept them. I had
to get the most
2
points.
or 3.
Yeah, but all of us just had 2 or 3 maximum at the end of the game. But I think if you have, like, let's say if you have 5 or maybe even more, and they're all worth 3 points.
Yeah, and I really got them very late in the game, because I went for yellow and white, because I had a gin that would let me, if I pay to white dudes...
You had the gin that I actually wanted at the beginning of the game. And
sorry.
Yeah, you pissed off a lot of people at the table. Everybody, again, to be honest.
Not cooperative. What am I supposed to do? Play nice and just play along? No.
Don't complain if people are grumpy and shout at you. Not cooperative.
Again,
not cooperative. I can grump at you, and Tina can grump at you.
Yeah, but saying, you're gonna win so high, and that's why I'm pissed off, and then me saying, hello, I'm probably not, because you have this and this and this and this, and this tallies up as well, and I'm right in the end. So
that was luck. Because the scores were so close.
Because math is luck.
No, the scores were so close within each other's reach. You could have easily also won if you just had one more tile or had a bit more.
No, I did. There were no more white dudes on to get. I got them all, and I put my camels on the empty spots. That was what my djinn said I could do if I paid 2 white dudes in my round. I could put a camel on an empty tile, and there were no more white dudes because they go back into the bag and you can't access them anymore.
But you would have won if I hadn't then sprinted to end the game with my last camel. If you had another round, I'm pretty sure you would have won, because then
I'm not sure, because there was nothing anymore to do for me. I didn't have market collection things.
Yeah, but you could have picked up the blue guys and just get money. They're worth victory points as well. We were close within each other.
There were hardly any. There was green and purple was left on and a few reds.
Even green works if that means you can pick up 3 goods from the market, or
they were all the same. So I couldn't even there. So I didn't see you saying I'm so far ahead. Again, always when he says, "Oh, honey, you're so far ahead in the points," I always do not win. So you lose or be second or third, depending on how many players. So he's really bad.
Point out that when I said that, you were far ahead.
No, it wasn't.
And also in the other game, when we played Arcosphere, I wasn't that far ahead when I said, this is not looking good for me. And then in one fell swoop,
you just go
two turns, and a crazy amount of points went my way, which was just...
Yeah, but usually when you
luck
say,
than-
honey, you're so far ahead, I'm not gonna make it. It doesn't matter how difficult a game is. It's even with Quirkle, just the two of
Please
us.
remind me next time that I
Don't
start
just
the
say
game.
it, then I have a chance.
You're so far ahead.
No. I sometimes figure he just says that for me to put my guard down and just
No,
not going that strong anymore. I don't know what it does, but he fucks with my brain there.
No,
I always lose that.
I should think that, but I tend to say what I think.
Yeah,
and that is,
you just blurt it out. There's no filter.
I know that it's not really good sportsmanship, but sometimes it's like
that's fine.
You're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, I can do this, and this doesn't work. And now you took that way. Oh, you're so far ahead. Then again,
can you have something equal for cooperative games? Like you say, oh, we're gonna lose 100%, and then we're gonna win. Can you do that?
I'm saying this every time we play the bad game.
Which one is the bad game?
Pandemic. It's like, I think that's not looking good. This is a train wreck in the happening. And
yeah, but you weren't always right. 2 months you were off by a long shot. So far off. Anyways, yeah, so we had experiences at the table. Classic, cliche board gaming experiences, but it was fun. I guess we enjoyed it a lot, right?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even though I did not win. But at least...
You participated. You get a token for participation like they do now in school.
I had the most goods. At least that worked out for me.
You were goods. Good. Whatever. So let us know in the comment section below if you played that game and the expansion and if you liked it.
Also, if you like the bee couch.
Yeah.
We might be back from it.
Yeah, let us know if that is a little less harassment to your eye when it comes to contrast and color and stuff. Because I always get frustrated when editing is like, me again.
True.
Shitty contrast. So yeah, let us know. And wish me luck for editing tonight. Anyway, until next Sunday, we're gonna have a new game then. Thanks for watching. Do all the good YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe as usual. And if you cannot get enough of board games, check out Wednesday, 9 a.m. CET Draw for Initiative. We do have a very, very, very special episode for you. It's an anniversary episode.
What's the game? Give me a hint.
This was your favorite game of 2015.
So Kingdom Death.
It's also cooperative, just like Kingdom Death. I love you, but sometimes you suck. I mean, in the nicest way, but you have a talent to just find that point between making me laugh and being totally amused and pissing me off. This is like the sweet spot just in there, and I don't know which way to go with my emotions. You manage so well. It's not Kingdom Death. That will come up. Spoiler free as well.
Then it is a different game.
Yes. Take your time and think about it.
I would have liked at this point to say, hey, if you want to meet us, say hi or something like that. We will...
Oh, I said that in the vlog
Yeah,
already.
we will... It seems that we will be at BGG-Con. There's still some things we have to book, but we got tickets and it looks like we got a place to sleep. We will find out.
Yeah.
So we will be
November.
there, which probably for folks from the US is closer than Essen, where we will probably be as well. But I mean, Germany is, if that's not
on your travel agenda, but
how do they say
is.
if that's not in the neck of your woods or something? I never understood
I love that. I love
reference.
that, but I love it because it makes funny pictures in my head.
I am not sure. I think people we talked to just made that up.
Maybe. I don't know, but we talked to a lot of people. And they all say it. It's a conspiracy!
I don't know.
Yeah, we're
Unfortunately,
very likely are going to be in Dallas at the end of the year.
It sold out after what
2
felt like
hours.
2 minutes. And I think there a lot of people are not happy. They're not amused, and rightfully so. I wouldn't be amused either if I wanted to go there and things sold out so quickly.
Yeah.
If you're there,
We'll
say
probably
hi.
bump
And,
into you. Say hi, yeah.
maybe we respond. It could happen.
if we're
High five! Huh?
if we have had breakfast with the nice pills, like the ones that
Beer and breakfast?
no, oh gosh, no,
With the nice pills?
no, not the pills, but with the double L, not with the. See, he does it again, pissing me off and making me laugh at the same time. It's like,
I am an artsmith of puns.
yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh gosh. Happy Sunday, folks. See you very soon. Bye. I hate you, but I love you. But I hate you, but I love you.